Hi everyone. Today is Saturday, April 21st, and I'm filming this video from um, the global north, from Ontario, Canada, and it feels like it's about maybe 10 degrees outside, degrees Celsius outside, so it is a good thing that things are starting to warm up. I'm not too sure what to call this video, but I think I'm gonna title it something like just random thoughts. And I did a video yesterday just reflecting on where I am at this stage in my life. And I was having some formatting problems with the memory card, and the video was erased. So I'm trying to redo the video and just share some of my thoughts. But I'm 45 years old, and I grew up in Alberta, Canada. And I was raised in a predominantly non-urban community. So I didn't see a lot of diversity, cultural diversity. I saw a lot of Anglo-Saxons. And I grew up with a lot of Anglo-Saxons. And when I reached an age that I was old enough to realize that there is the possibility of me becoming more independent, I decided to move from Alberta to Ontario, because in Alberta at that time there was all this promotion of Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, as being this place where a lot of cultural diversity, a lot of opportunities, room to, just develop yourself as a person, not so much intellectually, but economically. And so I was really excited to plan for a move and move to Toronto, Ontario. And I wanted to actually start a magazine. And the concept of the magazine at the time, this was back in 1996, was that I felt that there was a lot of misinformation about Canadians, and that we're not a homogenous community or a homogenous group. And certainly Canadians are not all beer drinking lumberjacks. That's a very Eurocentric, problematic projection of Canadians, because as you can see, I'm not Anglo-Saxon, and I definitely don't drink alcohol. So I came to Toronto to just develop my career. And I moved in 2001 to Toronto, Ontario. It's now 2018, and I haven't accomplished anything significant that I would say in my life. I'm 45 years old. This July, I'll be 46. And I'm just at the stage in my life where I need to be doing something where I know that it actually matters to me as well. And there's something really wrong with a lot of things out there. I never really, like, I can't recall anything that I really dreamt and aspired to. I remember back in the day, I was excelling in track and field, and I didn't know a lot about how sports careers were configured, so I did not know how to prepare myself. I didn't know anything about scholarships. I didn't know anything about, just that type of economic discipline. And I was with a track club, and I had some good moments and some really bad moments, but there was potential there. And I'm 45 right now, and what's interesting to me is I've noticed that a lot of like Anglo-Saxon people and Asian people, it's like they get these opportunities, and I don't understand how they get them. I remember back in 1995, I was at the University of Calgary, and I spoke with the counselor there, and she said to me, "Why don't you get into communications?" And I thought to myself, nah, I don't want to get into communications. I want to get into law. I want to be this lawyer and, this advocate for, I don't even know what it was at the time. And I just think a lot of things are really unfair, really unfair. I am very happy to be a black woman, and I'm very proud to say that I'm a black woman. I don't try and cover things up and try and sound politically correct or try and sound like I'm being polite to the Anglo world. They've done a lot of wrong, and I'm really happy for myself that I never ended up in any interracial relationships. That's just definitely not for me. I've never been interested in men that are outside my race. I just deal with my own. And I'm just at this juncture in my life right now where I'm 45. I have one child. She's 20. She's going to be 26 this year. And I'm just trying to figure out what can I do with myself? What am I good at? And I really wish I had, a person that I could confide in, that could say, Lemon, you're good at this. You're good at this. This is where you should be. And unfortunately, I don't. I've thought about getting into some kind of journalism. But then I was like, who am I really doing that for? And then, of course, there's economic constraints. I also questioned. I hear some people talking, some Italian people talking. It's one thing about Toronto, Ontario, Canada, is that it is such a fucked up place. It's not even funny. Excuse my language. One of the things that I wanted to start working on is not using profanity, because I find it doesn't come across as being very classy, and I want to be a person who speaks with integrity and a very high level of class. And there's just a lot of problems in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. You know, I was thinking about getting into filmmaking, and not sure what I wanted to get into. I tried hosting a radio show on Blog Talk Radio, and it actually went over very well. But the thing that stopped me or is delaying the process is that I just don't have the budget to set up a really good studio so that I can actually do my work. I'm just at this juncture in my life where I just want to be happy. And you know, when it comes to relationships, excuse the way I look, I'm just trying to just be natural for a little bit. I don't wear makeup or anything like that. I don't like how it feels on my face. I'm just at a point in my life where I'm just interested in doing stuff that makes me happy. But again, I'm just trying to figure out what is it that makes me happy. And I like to travel. I like sampling different foods. I like exercise. I love track and field. But I need to be motivated. I really need to be motivated. And I thought about sending a video to one of the studios, like Universal Studios or Steven Spielberg, or, you know, just down in California or Florida, just saying, you know, can you help me? I'm interested in filmmaking. I'm interested in providing a solution to a gap. I'm interested in creating more positive images of women, and interested in more positive images of the black community. And I don't know how to do it. I just really wish there were some resources that I could go to where I could talk with someone and say, can you just help guide me on this path? I don't feel, at 45, I don't feel old or anything like that. I've seen some of my classmates and people from back in the day, and I'm like, holy smokes, man, they look really different. I would never recognize them on the street. But I'm at a stage in my life where I'd like to just get things going. I spent a lot of time being alone, and not that I'm depressed or anything like that, because that depression is, I think it's really overused. Black people don't have depression problems from lack of moral character. I don't think we have depression problems. That's what the Euro model says about us, and who are they to even say anything about us? But it's the economic opportunity. Like, I went to university and I studied economics from a feminist perspective, and I also studied ways to solve environmental degradation problems through using the law, policy, or government resources like bills and stuff, legislation, sorry. And I thought to myself, hey, maybe I could become like a legislative writer. But I just tried everything to get myself up and going, and I get a lot of compliments, people saying that I look really good. But ever since I gained a little bit of weight. I'm a little bit overweight. I used to be 125 pounds solid, and I haven't been very active, but I'm not a big obese person as well. I just have a different body physique, and I'm not like, I'm glad I have shape. I'm not a twig, but I'm at a stage in my life where I'd like to be able to just make something of myself. And I've just been struggling with how to really find my passion. And I was going to order books, and then something said to me, go on YouTube and just watch videos about finding your passion. And I watched 6 videos about that topic. And there was one that resonated that said, when you do something, how does it make you feel as a person? You can go to work and do your work, but does it really enhance you as a person? And I can't work and not like my work. I have to like what I'm doing. So I'm just at a stage in my life where I'd like to do something exciting. So I think I'll end it there. Thanks for watching my video. This is just, like I said, a random musing. I'm just trying to figure out my next steps in my life, and just focusing on how to get to where I want to be. Thank you for watching this video, and if you have any comments or feedback, I'd appreciate it. And I'll get back to you when I can.